recording a discussion video. The reason why I'm whispering is because I am doing this rather late, so I don't want to wake anyone up or disturb anybody. So I'm speaking quietly into the microphone. But I just fancy that this is the time of day where I start thinking, so I get good things for discussion videos. And well, I wanted to discuss something. When I was talking about other things, I remembered something that I didn't want to discuss, which you'll get like a bunch of things out of the way, so I won't have to mention them again on my channel, because these things annoy me like every single day. Unfortunately, I tend to have a tendency of having very unpopular opinions. I don't know what it is, but I've got a mindset which other people just don't seem to have, because I have so many unpopular opinions, really big ones. Like, everybody likes something and I just don't. And I mean, it's for good reason. I don't blame anybody who does like the show. You have to remember that I'm entitled to my own opinion, and I don't say that in a big-headed way. You know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. You should be proud to be an individual and to have your own thoughts and feelings, and I'm proud of what I am, and I wish you to be as well. But it's not fair to push things onto other people. I mean, everyone has the right to have their own opinion on things, so please don't be silly and be all argumentative about it, because if you are, then I'm not going to respond to you. I don't have patience for people who are like that. So, anyways, like I said, some of these things might be ill-informed, so, you know, it's based on my experiences. I might have just had a bad experience or something, so I've ended up hating it. That doesn't mean that it's necessarily bad all the time. You know, it might just be that I don't like it. So, with that said, in no particular order, I'm going to talk about things which I have unpopular opinions of. So, let's start with a major one that I think will come up big time, because I've seen I Hate Everything talk about it, and he got a massive backlash from it. So, here we go. I don't like Sonic the Hedgehog. And no, I'm not saying I don't like the games. Some of the games are really good. I'm not going to say they all are good, because no series has everything good. There are good ones and there are bad ones, and obviously opinions are going to differ between fans, which ones are better and which ones are worse. And it does depend on what you were brought up with as well. As a personal preference and comfort zone, you're probably going to like the ones you played first. Or if you're like me, you might end up liking the ones you play later just because they're good. You know, but most people like to play the ones which they were brought up on, which means obviously different generations of Sonic fans are going to argue with each other about it. But the main reason why I say I don't like Sonic the Hedgehog is not in the sense of the video games. I don't mean it in a general sense. I mean it in a literal sense. I don't like the character Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, his design is great. I love his design. I love what he's supposed to be. And some of the games I think he's amazing, especially in Sonic Adventure. I really like his cheeky personality in that. But the problem is, he has a cheeky, boisterous personality, and it's easy to get that wrong. And there are so many games where they've messed up his personality, and that's why I don't like it. I mean, I'd say messed up. It's not really messed up, it's intentional. But some of the series he has one personality, in other series he has another personality. I like his personality in the traditional things, like when in maybe the older games, like Sonic Adventure, Sonic Advance, that kind of thing. Oh, I'm sorry, I got a bit of a bad tickly cough at the moment, sorry. But, like I said, Sonic in Sonic Adventure was really sweet, and they did his cheeky personality rather well in that. tamed it down a bit. He wasn't dead cheeky. I guess he wasn't in the game that much either, because everyone had different stories, so he did his part well enough. And I absolutely loved Tails and Sonic Adventure. But, as I said, Sonic in Sonic Adventure was great. Sonic in the Sonic movie was great. The anime cartoon one, the Sonic movie. If you've ever seen it, you can probably find it online. But I've got it on DVD. Unfortunately, the bad English dub, but still, pretty cool. And I love his personality in that one as well. Even though he's a jerk, he's a lovable jerk because he cares for things that are important. That kind of thing. He proves that he cares about his friends and about Tails, and he rescues them when they're in need, and he gets serious when he needs to. The problem is with the modern Sonic, the one that's in Sonic 06, Sonic X, and so Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, Sonic... What's that other one? Sonic... the one with the funny platforms that they've been developing for years, the one they released relatively recently, with the different coloured green and pink weird alien things that don't look like they belong in Sonic, but look like they more belong in Splatoon. That one. You know what I'm talking about. Can't remember the name. But, yeah, that one. In all those, and Sonic Knights, Sonic Rings, that Secret Rings, and the Sonic Knights, that kind of thing. In all of those games, Sonic is the same personality. He is an absolute asshole. I'm telling you, he's an asshole. And he's not just an asshole because he's cheeky and it's meant to be funny. He's just generally an asshole to everybody, including his friends. He doesn't give them any respect, and he doesn't care if he rescues them. I mean, he doesn't really care about their lives. He actually prefers to mess around to risk their lives rather than rescue them, just so he can have more fun doing the rescuing. He seems the only reason why he does the rescuing is because he has a hard-on for it, not because he actually cares. And that just really riles me up, because I hate people like that. Oh, especially in Sonic Satam. In Sonic Satam, he's even the worst jerk of them all in Sonic Satam. Very closely followed by Sonic X, if not beaten by Sonic X. Well, I mean, in Sonic Satam, he's constantly a jerk, but generally it doesn't affect that much unless it's with Antoine. But in Sonic X, when he's a jerk, he's a very big jerk. I can give plenty of examples in Sonic X why Sonic is such an asshole. So, I mean, for example, when Sonic gets caught on the boat in episode 20, I can't name all the episode names, but I know that one's episode 20 because I kept on watching it several times in order for me to review it, but never got round to it. Kept on trying it, so I know which episode it is because I had to look it up several times. I hate this episode. But it's funny how the episodes I hate I end up watching more because I want to review them and see them in detail and see why I hate them. But, Sonic in the Sonic X episode 20, he purposely... He doesn't want to be on the boat, even though everyone warned him that it was on a boat, surrounded by water. He decides to go on the boat like a bloody moron, and then he complains that he wants to go off when he's already on. But I guess bloody spoiled brat, and that's kind of what he's like on the show. So, what do? Send him straight back? Do they send him away to get back? No, for some reason, even though Chris contacts his waiter or whatever to take him back, he completely refuses to let them leave. Oh, sorry, something on my thing. So then, he completely refuses to let them leave. So Sonic ends up getting completely claustrophobic because he's surrounded by the stuff he was afraid of, and he is in a very small spot. So then he starts getting sneaky plans. He starts teasing Tails to do stuff, and Tails is just a bit too dumb or something, so it doesn't work. So he starts manipulating Amy. He uses Amy's clear love for him against her to trick her into letting him off the island, letting him off the boat, which is incredibly cruel when you think about it, because poor Amy has loved him for years. And then he doesn't just flirt with her, he's proper goes flirting like crazy balls on her. And it's just like, dude, that's not appropriate, you know what I mean? So he does that, but the most jerk thing that he's ever done, well, the second jerk thing he's ever done first, is that there was a moment when, well, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched Sonic X, this is very late in the series, and I've only seen the clips, so I don't really know what leads up to it, but it is a very big thing, so if you haven't seen a lot of Sonic X, or seen the whole series, then this is a big spoiler, so don't listen. But basically, in Sonic X, in a later series when they're in space, Tails gets a girlfriend, which is a plant girl, and in order to save her people, she ends up having to be a plant. If that wasn't bad enough, she has to grow into a plant and not have to leave Tails. Not only does Tails have to leave her, but he has to shoot her in the face with a space gun in order to spread her spores and to save her species. Wow, that is deep. And in the Japanese one, it's just painful watching Tails cry and cry because his loved one, he has to shoot himself and there's no one that can help him with it. And yet, the very episode after, or like halfway through the next episode, I don't know which one, I think it's the next episode, he's mourning for her and crying his eyes out at Sonic's lab, trying to get support, and Sonic's just like, Sonic don't give a shit. It's like, your best friend's loved one he had to shoot in the face himself, and you don't care. Your best friend for years. You don't give a shit. That's the most asshole thing ever. But if you think that's bad, it gets worse. Because when you know that already, this makes the second half even more painful. Again, spoiler alert for the end of the series. When Sonic finally returns home, he goes back to Chris to say goodbye, which makes sense because it's been a very, very long series. And of course, he's going to miss Chris because he's known him for a long time. It's been a very long series. And yet, after all the adventures that Sonic's had in Sonic X, Tails' girlfriend getting blown up, Tails crying his eyes out over losing his loved one, risk of losing his best friends, becoming emo and having a shadow side, stuff like that. All the terrible things that have happened was the one time when Sonic cries. The one time when Sonic cries ever that I've ever seen. I might be mistaken, but this is the only time I have ever seen Sonic cry in a proper canon thing. Well, Sonic X isn't canon, but you know what I mean. In a Sonic cartoon or otherwise, in a game. And at the end of the series, when Sonic is running around with Chris for the last time, guess what he does? He cries. Great, you're going to leave somebody which you can probably visit again, and you've only known for maybe 1 or 2 years, and you're going to cry when you have to leave them, yet you won't show a single piece of emotion when your best friend, for something like 20 or 30 years or something, or 10 years maybe in the Sonic universe, I don't know, has a girlfriend has been blown the heck up and is dead forever. Chris isn't dead. Chris isn't even completely inaccessible because they visit them again later, and later in this another part of the series they visit him again. I mean, you can just use the Chaos Emeralds to go back. It's not such a big deal. That's like going on holiday and blooming crying your eyes out, It's just that's why I hate Sonic. That's why I hate Sonic. I don't think I need to make it any more clear than that. It's just some parts of his personality that really annoy me and irritate me. Also, there's the thing about when in Sonic X there's been plenty of moments, especially in the Japanese one, where their friends have been in trouble, and he's actually waited for them to be in more peril and more risk before he rescues them, just so he can have more fun doing it. He seriously says that in Sonic X. Mainly, Sonic X is the one where he's the most jerk. But you get what I mean. It's already been 15 minutes, so I guess I'm going to go to a part 2 for this. So this was the Sonic discussion. I'm going to tell you my next unpopular opinion in part 2. See ya.